Everybody on social media telling you that you can open up an LLC, get an EIN, walk into the bank and get 50 to 100K, even sometimes 250K in business credit without using your personal credit. But is that actually true? Can you really get business credit using only your EIN with no personal guarantee? The answer is yes. But the problem is not the way you think it was told. And if you don't understand the difference, I'm about to show you that. You can waste months building the wrong type of business credit, or even worse, start applying everywhere and destroying your chances on actually getting funded. So in this video, I'm going to break down exactly how EIN business credit works, what banks are actually looking for, and the path I will follow if I'll start my brand new LLC today. And I pay attention to number 3, because this is where most business owners completely mess this thing up. First, let's kill the big myth. Getting an EIN doesn't make you automatically ready for business fundability. Think about this from a bank perspective. You formed an LLC yesterday. You just got an EIN number. Congratulations. But the business has no payment history, no established profile, and it sure ain't got no revenue. Maybe very little money moving through the bank account, and now you asking somebody to hand you over 50K because you got a company? We got to make it make sense. The lender's first question is, who's going to pay us back? That's why many traditional small business credit products still look at your owners behind the company. Your EIN identifies the business. It doesn't magically establish the business creditworthiness. And there's where we need to understand 2 completely different funding strategies. Strategy number 1 is what people call EIN-Only funding. The lender primarily underwrites the business. They look at the things like business revenue, cash flow, bank balances, business credit history, time in business, existing trade lines, and it indicates that the business can repay the debt itself. Then there's PG. PG means personal guarantee. Here, your business applies for credit, but the lender can only evaluate you, the owner. That means your personal credit profile can be extremely important. And here's what nobody is telling beginners. PG funding isn't automatically bad. For somebody with a new LLC, strong personal credit, using that strength strategically may open doors much sooner than waiting years for your business to qualify completely on its own. The mistake is thinking EIN only and business funding are the same thing. They're not. So if I started a brand new LLC today, here's exactly what I would do. Step number 1, make the business look like a real business, not just an LLC sitting on the Secretary of State website. I am talking about your EIN, business bank account, professional email, professional website, business phone number, correct business information, required licenses applicable, and most importantly, make sure the information is consistent. Your business name shouldn't be one thing with the state, another thing with the bank, and something completely different to someone else. Because before lenders give you money, they need to evaluate the risks. And inconsistencies create unnecessary questions. The goal is simple. When underwriting looks at your company, everything should make sense. Step 2, establishing actual payment history. Your business can have its own commercial credit profile. One way business begin to establish that history is through vendors or trade accounts that report payments to commercial credit bureaus. But here's the part people miss. Don't buy random trade lines just because somebody on YouTube told you to. First ask, does this company actually report? Which business bureau does it report to? And how frequently? And does this account actually help my profile when I'm trying to build business credit? The goal isn't to have random accounts. The goal is creating history that says this business borrowed responsibly and pays his obligations. Because ultimately, that's what lenders care about, right? Now, here's the number 3, and this is where people get in trouble. They hear business credit is completely ignored their personal credit. Bad idea, especially for newer business. If your business doesn't have years of revenue or established financial history, lenders might put much more weight on the owner. So before aggressively applying for funding, look at your personal profile. Are your balances too high? Do you have recent late payments? Do you have collections? Do you have 10 recent inquiries? Do you apply for 5 credit cards last week? Because randomly applying for funding can make you look desperate of credit. Instead, you want to look prepared. In many funding scenarios, strong personal credit combined with a properly structured business gives you significantly more options than trying to force everything through your EIN-only strategy. Step number 4 is one of my favorites. Build relationships before you need the money. Everybody wants to ask, what bank's giving out the highest limits? That's the wrong first question. The right question should say, which financial institution makes sense for my profile I'm building? Open your business banking relationship strategy. Run legitimate business activity through the account. Keep your banking clean. Avoid unnecessary overdrafts. Build history, because funding isn't just about credit score. The banks can eventually evaluate your entire relationship. And sometimes people who prepare for 6 months ago is much stronger position than the person who's desperately needing $50K to borrow, y'all. So now let's answer the question everybody really wants the answer to. Can I eventually get $100K in business funding? Potentially, yes. But does it obsess over one magical $100K approval? Think strategical. Your total funding capacity can come from multiple products and relationships over time. And your profile determines what's realistic. Someone with excellent personal credit, low utilization, established leverage, strong income, and a legitimate business is not walking into an underwriter with the same profile as someone with a 580 score, maxed out credit cards, and the LLC just got created yesterday. That's why copying someone else's application sequence without understanding your profile is so dangerous. So remember this, your EIN is the beginning of your business credit profile, not a magic funding code. Build the business correctly, build legitimate payment history, protect and strengthen your personal credit, build banking relationships, then apply strategically instead of randomly. And if you want me to break down the exact funding readiness checklist I will use before applying for $50K to $100K in business funding, watch the next video, because I'll show you